Being blamed for a tree that came down right here locally last night in Burbank, with wind gusts predicted in the 50-mile-an-hour range. This scene may be repeated many times across Southern California. And forecasters say the biggest waves in 15 years could be hitting our coastline because of this storm. We're talking waves up to 16 feet. West-facing beaches will be hit the hardest, and there are flooding worries for a lot of parts of Orange County and their coastline, including Seal Beach. All right, this bomb cyclone is just the latest storm to pound Northern California. And reporter Tom Vakar joins us live from the city of Petaluma with the latest on the situation there. Good morning, Tom.
Hi, how you doing? I'm going to show you something because I want to show you what stage we're at. The water that you're looking at here is the overflow of what is called LaSalle Creek, which goes into the Petaluma River, which empties into the bay. Now, we're up in wine country, and the first atmospheric river saturated land, the one we had last night, did this, and that's raised the level of the water. And if we get much more of an atmospheric storm, then we're going to start messing around with, if you look over there, you'll see a highway. That is actually Highway 101 headed south from Santa Rosa towards San Francisco. Now, I want to show you some stuff from last night. There was plenty of stuff to show. And what has happened is that this has done exactly what it was expected to do. With the ground so saturated, we saw a lot of localized flooding, and that localized flooding was throughout the entire Bay Area from Santa Rosa all the way down to south of San Jose, which is a very large swath of land, and every county had its own kind of serious problems. So as a result of that, it's a wait and see right now. Right at the moment, we are in a situation where we are between storms, but another atmospheric river, another storm is on its way, and it's going to dump another inch or so on us, and then we're going to start seeing some more consequences. But the storms are lined up, and that is the problem, because the more they come in, the less these rivers and creeks can handle it, and as a result, that is something that everybody has to worry about. The good side of it, of course, is that it has created a record snowpack, which we all benefit from. Reporting live, Tom Vakar in Petaluma.
Tom, enjoy it while it's dry right now, because as you said, another storm band at least is on the way. Thank you so much. Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin is showing signs of improvement but remains in critical condition. This comes just 2 days after suffering a cardiac arrest during a game against the Bengals. He is expected to remain under intensive care until further notice, and the NFL has still not made a decision about whether the Bills and Bengals will finish their regular season game. Another athlete who can relate to what Hamlin is going through is former Anaheim Ducks captain Chris Pronger. Pronger went into cardiac arrest on the ice, and it wasn't clear if he'd ever play hockey again. Marla Tejas talked to him last night on this special report.
I stepped out to block the shot. It hit me directly in the heart.
National Hockey League Hall of Famer Chris Pronger describing this moment back in 1998 when playing for the St. Louis Blues. He took a hit to the chest by a flying puck, the impact stopping his heart, causing him to collapse on the ice and lose consciousness.
And as you see, I kind of take a couple stumble strides and then fall to the ice. I guess I blacked out.
Pronger wheeled off on a stretcher, would later learn he suffered cardiac arrest caused by commotio cordis, what some doctors speculate happened to Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin.
That force from a projectile, so a hockey puck, a lacrosse ball, a baseball, or even a punch, can go right into the heart. These cases are pretty rare, about 20 to 30 per year.
I wore a heart monitor for 24 hours to check for any abnormality.
Pronger's situation was much less severe than what Hamlin is going through. After undergoing strenuous physicals and stress tests, Pronger was soon cleared to play and back on the ice.
I spent the night in the hospital in Detroit and really just got a lot of questions answered. I had no reservations about playing. I went down to the rink, told them I'd take warm-up, see how I felt, and you get out on the ice, you get the adrenaline going again, and
you're back at
I played that night.
He'd go on to win a Stanley Cup with the Anaheim Ducks, and eventually he was inducted into the NHL Hall of Fame. His message to the Hamlin family tonight?
I think first and foremost, just worry about get better each day.
And Hamlin seems to be. A family representative says things are moving in a positive direction, even as Hamlin remains in the ICU in critical condition in a Cincinnati hospital. Hamlin's fans and the entire NFL holding out hope he'll soon be sharing his recovery story just like Pronger.
Worry about life first and sports secondary.
As Marla Tay is reporting, Pronger retired in 2017. He says he has not had medical problems related to that incident. All right, Samantha, we have problems on the road, problems everywhere, it seems, because of this massive bomb cyclone hitting our area.
That is right. Up and down the state of California, as our colleague had mentioned earlier this morning, that they in the Bay Area did see some very heavy rainfall. And it's all associated with what, yes, we call a bomb cyclone. It's an area of low pressure that goes through bomb genesis. And that's when a system rapidly intensifies. We're talking about 24 millibars drop in pressure in a matter of 24 hours, and that is leading to some severe conditions. And that wraparound flow, that cyclonic flow in the atmosphere, is what's helping to bring in the moisture across, again, the state of California. Rain and high elevation snow, Mammoth under a winter storm warning as well. And with this flow in the atmosphere, that clockwise rotation, it is sucking up what we call an atmospheric river, or the Pineapple Express. That's that narrow band of deep concentrated moisture or water vapor, and it pushes it right into Southern California. So even though the bulk of the system has moved through the cold front, but behind it, we're still dealing with a lot of heavy rainfall. And at times throughout the afternoon, we'll get a mixed bag of some light rain, some moderate rain, and yes, the heavy downpours are possible. And with this dynamic system, it could also lead to thunderstorm activity as well. And anything associated with a thunderstorm could also lead to some very heavy rain. At this hour, look at the plethora of alerts. We're talking about high wind warnings, wind advisories, and in the higher elevations of our local mountains, a winter storm warning continues. Flood watches still in place through at least this evening because of the anticipation for more rain, high surf and warning. Temperature-wise, keeping it cooler than normal, and another atmospheric river event could be taking place the early part of next week. We are definitely not done with the rain, but tomorrow we get a break. That's a takeaway. So
that sounds good. I can't wait for tomorrow. Okay, Good Day LA is just getting started. A rapper missing for months is found safe. We have the latest chapter in the drama over Theophilus London. Then every parent has had a moment when they wish they had an extra pair of hands. After the break, the baby stroller that can get you there, coming up.